Okay, so as always, any props that you might want, whether that's like bolsters, you can use couch pillows, bed pillows, blankets, towels. Think about anything that can kind of fill the space between your body and the floor, and anything that will make you feel more comfortable. So we'll start seated. So if you got up for a moment to go grab anything, well, we're not going to move right away. We're just going to come into a comfortable seat. And if it feels okay, you can begin to close your eyes. You're always welcome to sit up on a blanket or a towel just to elevate your hips. Your legs could be crossed or they can be anywhere else. Again, however you feel most comfortable. And if you're newer to yin, we're only going to do like 5 to 8 poses over the next hour. And the focus of it is to just hold our body into a shape, but seeing how much we can try to let go. So trying not to use, a ton of effort. Relaxing the jaw. Relaxing the muscles of the face. Observing any distractions, anything going on around you that could pull you out of your practice, pull your focus elsewhere. Just knowing that it's okay if you feel distracted by anything going on around you or anything going on in your mind. And trying to just bring yourself back to your breath. Bring yourself back to the inhales and the exhales, and allowing your breath to keep your focus in. Take 2 more rounds of breath here. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed. And just start to roll your shoulders. We're going to add just a little tiny movement. and then roll them the other way. And then just begin to relax the shoulders and go ahead and straighten your legs out in front of you. So you're always welcome to add a little bit of movement, a little bit of wiggle as you start to set yourself up. Your legs don't have to be anywhere near each other, but they also don't have to be really far apart. So I just like to go for where my legs naturally want to come, where I feel like I can relax my feet a little bit, where I feel like I can feel like the muscles are just gently dripping off of my bones. And you can always slide some pillows or blankets underneath the legs to just elevate the legs. And you can start sitting up a little bit taller, but I like to call it like the relaxed taller. So instead of like using a lot of effort to keep your spine up straight, you can kind of come into that and then just kind of slowly melt into a position that feels more comfortable to hold. So for me, I have a little bit more rounding in my back. I have a place to rest my arms. I don't necessarily feel like I'm going to lean forward or back. I'm just kind of hovering right in the middle. Again, you can keep your eyes closed, or you can just keep the gaze soft wherever you feel most comfortable. And you're welcome to stay here, or you can start to lean the torso a little forward. Doesn't matter how far forward it goes. Feel like you're trying to add or keep a little bit of rounding in the back. Like I'm just trying to create a little extra breathing room on my back body. Allow your head and neck to come wherever is comfortable. So maybe your head gets heavier. You may start to feel some sensation in the backs of the legs or the lower back. And sensation is okay. It's okay if it's even a little uncomfortable, as long as you can let go and feel like you're not actively holding yourself into a stretch. If you start to experience pain at any point, you can pull yourself out. Begin to relax the breath. You can always play as we continue to hold with going a little bit deeper. Just a little while longer here. Last breath here. Nice and slow. As if you're moving in slow motion, you'll start to lift yourself up. Any movement that feels good when you come up. You can always lean back on the hands or just rocking the body a little bit. And just start to bend your left leg so that the sole of the foot comes towards the inside of the right leg. And again, you can keep that prop. You can add a prop underneath the right leg. You can add something underneath the left leg. Doesn't matter how close your foot is to the leg either. But this time you're gonna rotate the torso towards the left knee. Doesn't have to go all the way there. Just think like you're trying to wring out the spine a little bit. And just like we did before, we're gonna pause here in that kind of relaxed upright position. You're welcome to stay here, or you can lean a little forward. So leaning a little bit towards your left leg. You can bring your hands and your arms wherever's comfortable to hold. Allow the body to pause wherever it lands. Just a little while longer here. The last couple of breaths, feel free to play with going a little bit deeper one last time. And then slowly start to lift yourself up. Rotate your torso back to center. You can straighten both legs or even bend both legs. Take a couple of moments. Rinse out, check in. You might notice a little difference from side to side because that last one was rotated. Know that we're gonna get the other side, don't worry. When you feel ready, you can go ahead and extend the left leg and bring the right foot towards the inside of the left leg. Again, it doesn't have to touch, doesn't really even have to be super close to it. Add whatever props you need to support you here. And nice and slow, just start to rotate over to the right. Know that the sides are going to be a little different. And then you can start to lean a little bit towards the right side. Again, doesn't matter how far you go. If you find yourself getting distracted or even just feeling like it's more challenging to hold, I always encourage you to come back to your breath and just observe the inhale, observe the exhale. It may help you feel a little bit more grounded and in the moment. Last few rounds of breath on this side. And nice and slow, start to bring yourself up. Rotate yourself back to the middle. Anything you want with the legs. Any movement to rinse out. And let's reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Just take a nice long stretch. And release the arms down. One more like that. Reach the arms all the way up. And release the arms down. Keep your right hand on the ground right next to your right hip and just start to walk your right hand over to the right side. So feeling a little stretch through the left side of the body. That left arm can be wherever is comfortable. Try to keep the hips rooted. It doesn't matter where your legs are at. They can be crossed. They can be out in front of you. Honestly, whatever is most comfortable. You can bring your head and neck wherever is comfortable, whether the gaze down or in the middle or up. We're not going to stay here too long. Just add a little side body before we transition. And just start to bring yourself all the way up, and let's just go right over to the other side. Walk your left hand out to the left side. You don't have to necessarily go really far to feel a stretch. And then start to bring yourself all the way back to center. And take a couple of cat-cow movements. Just rounding the spine forward and back. If you're sitting up on a blanket or a pillow, go ahead and remove that. We've been sitting for a while. So you're going to go ahead and come all the way onto your back. So if you know at some point that you like to have a little prop underneath your legs, we're not going to go there yet, but you can take it with you as you come to lay down. And then when you first get on your back, just plant your feet on the floor so the knees are pointing up to the sky. You're welcome to add a little movement. If you're like me and your back is a little tender after sitting for any period of time, feel free to move the hips a little bit more and almost feel like you're trying to massage the lower back on the floor. Then walk the feet as wide as your mat, or if you're just on the ground or the carpet, you'll walk your feet a little bit as wide as a little bit wider than your hips. And then allow the knees to knock towards each other. So it doesn't matter if they touch in the middle. I just want them to fall towards the middle. And if it feels okay, you can reach your arms up into a T or a Y. You can close your eyes or keep your gaze soft. Few more rounds of breath here. And then slowly start to windshield wiper your knees from side to side. So they're just rocking back and forth. Perhaps at some point your hip starts to come into it. And then the next time the knees are over to the right, just pause. So this is the perfect spot to throw a little prop or a pillow underneath your knee, your right knee. If there's any pain in the left side, you can always keep that left foot on the floor. Or just prevent it from falling as much. But I want you to feel like you're not trying to work too hard wherever you decide to pause. And it's always less, yin is less about the appearance of the pose and really about the sensations and the ability, finding the ability to let go a little bit. Again, just a reminder, if you feel yourself getting distracted or thinking a lot, and bring your awareness back to your breath. Last breath here. And nice and slow, start to bring the knees back up to the sky. Can pause when you first arrive there. And then start to bring that windshield wiper motion back in. And allow the knees to fall all the way over to the left. Again, same thing. You can always keep that left foot on the floor. Add any support you need underneath the knees. Sides will likely feel a little different. Know that wherever you start the pose is not where you have to end. So just tuning in with your body and your breath and adjusting as you need. few more rounds of breath here. After your next breath, slowly start to bring yourself up. Anything you need to rinse out. And hug your knees into your chest. Give them a little rock. And then go ahead and just extend the legs out in front of you. You can take the legs a little wide. You can take the arms up a little wide, think starfish. Just for like 2 breaths. And then you can start to plant the feet back on the floor. And cross your right ankle on top of your left knee. So think like you're trying to create a figure 4 shape. You can stay right here. If you like, you can hug that figure 4 in, holding on to the left leg. You can always slide a prop underneath the left foot to just elevate the figure 4 a little bit. If at any point, if you're hugging the figure 4 in, you feel like you're gripping really hard, you're holding with your shoulders and your head and your neck a lot, I encourage you to just take it back a little bit. Bring yourself back to your breath. Last breath here. If you're holding on to the leg, just gently release it. Nice and slow, uncross the figure four. Come right away into the second side. Cross your left ankle on top of your right knee. Try to not let your body notice what's happening. And again, you can keep the foot on the floor. You can put it on something, or you can hug that figure four in. Sides might need different things, so it's okay if it looks different from one side to the other. Few more rounds of breath here. Last breath. If you're holding on to the leg, slowly start to release it. Uncross your legs and hug your knees into your chest. Any movements that feel good. And then start to extend your legs out in front of you. Arms come by your side. Feel free to slide something underneath your legs for extra support. You can also always come into a fetal position on your side if that feels more comfortable to you. And always throw your legs up a wall or onto a couch. Finding a place where you can relax and release and sit in gratitude for your practice today. Shavasana. And starting to bring some awareness back into the space. Starting to bring some awareness back into the body. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. Rolling out wrists and ankles. And rocking your head from side to side. And stretch your arms up overhead. Take a full body stretch. And when you're ready, start to hug your knees in and roll on to your side. Using the strength of your arms, beginning to press yourself up, coming into a comfortable seat, and keeping the focus inside. Bringing your hands to your heart center, gently bow your head. Thank yourself for making it to your mat today, for your practice, for your energy, for your breath, and most importantly, for yourself. Namaste.